being able to say, oh wow, one person, one baler, one barons already. Today is probably going to be our last day. Small square. Welcome to my crazy life as a first-generation female farmer, the Chronicles of Kayla. I'll see you guys in the buddy seat. Roxy's like, just play with me. Just play with me. Please play with me. Oh, goodness. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Heathens, like children. I have to jump on a conference call this morning, and then we're going to try to bale. Like, it's real hazy and kind of, it's very dewy. So we may deliver some hay here in just a little bit after I get done with my call. Man. Yeah. So, I guess we'll get the day going. What do you think about the beans, Rox? Do they look really good? They look so phenomenal. Like, we look like we actually know what we're kind of doing. I'll have to take you home and look at them. But they are flowering. They are putting on pods. They look so good. Honest, I'm tired. Happy Friday if I didn't tell you that already. Today is probably going to be our last day small square baling until we get back from farm progress, just the way the field's lined out and everything. We're going to be just round baling. Jason's actually, Keaton raked for me this morning, and then him and Jason went to go mow a different field, some custom work that needed to be done. And now I'm baling my little heart out. Today we are going to be, this whole summer's been setting records. You know, we've been given some very good rain. We applied a ton of fertilizer, a ton of lime this spring, and it's paying off. Like, we're reaping the benefits. We're going to roll over 40,000 small square bales today. I haven't done that on a first cutting year ever. And honestly, we haven't even hit out of 35,000 since we had hired hands in 2019. So that goes to show just what kind of quality hay we're putting up. I've kind of been in my own little world today. I had an audiobook that I was just like zoned in on and baling and just trying to get done and all the stuff. Somebody had made a comment about like breakdowns. Like, why are we seeing breakdowns? I'm like, well, honestly, it's hard to have a breakdown when you have equipment that's reliable every single time you turn it on. It is exactly what you want every single time. This honestly is probably the thickest I've seen this hay in a long time in this field. Last year I actually caught it on fire while I was mowing because it was so dry. You know, we had such a drought for the last 2 years that it's crazy how much hay we've put up this year. Now I've already baled 41,000 small squares for the year, and it's crazy how different it is this year from the last 2 years, and just being able to say, oh wow, one person, one baler, one Barron's made 41,000. You know, everybody has their own preferences on machine and equipment. I just know that I was an inline girl before all of our partnership with Massey. You know, we've always upgraded our baler, got the next one, and we held out for the 1842S. And we didn't anticipate loving their tractors as much as we do. We didn't anticipate getting a rotary rake that we actually enjoy using and is seeing benefits and reaping the benefits from that. You know, that's all coming down the line. And you have to be willing to step out of the box of the norm instead of just going, well, everybody else in town runs green or red or whatever, or orange or blue or whatever color it may be. But you have to really figure out what's going to fit your individual farm, your individual operation, what you're trying to achieve. And for us, it's always been baling top quality hay, and I'm so thankful that we're able to do that day in and day out. Obviously, yes, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, it's kicking my butt, but you know, to say we have Windrose, that's a blessing after the last couple years. When the Windrose are so thick that you literally have to bump it down. I mean, you guys can see it kind of balling up underneath the tractor a little bit there. The baler will take it, but at what point do you shove enough through there and you're making wonky bales, or they're not lining right, or they're not going in the Barron well, you know? And that's the nice thing about having the Simply E system, because it's all right there. It'll tell you if you're driving too fast. You know, that's what this line is about. It tells you if your bales are too long or too wide or whatever it may be, what we're hitting flake lengthwise, what we're trying to achieve at the end of the day. And I think that's what every business owner is trying to achieve, is efficiency, quality, you know, customer service, the whole kit and caboodle. You know, I never thought we would need a Barron until we got the Barron, and I seen how much it did for us. You know, it used to stress me out for Jason to be like, okay, we're just gonna leave them, I'll come get them, we'll get them hauled in tonight. There are 1,245 bales sitting out here baled so far, okay? It used to be we would take 15 at a time with our Norden accumulator system. Now he can load a truck, not 15 at a time, not even 21 at a time. He loads 42 two bundles at a time. That's cutting down on time that we're in the field. It's allowing him to mow while I'm baling and not be here trying to pick up. On the other end, it also allows him to get back to the barn faster to unload, you know, say 3 trucks when it would have usually taken him a little bit longer. We've just outgrown the Norden system. We still love that, and we'll talk about it all day long with you guys. You know, if you're only doing, you know, 15, 18, 20,000, or you have numerous accumulators and people to run them, it makes a world of difference. But like when it's just me and Jason here in another week and a half when Keaton goes back to school, it's definitely going to make a difference in how our day goes. As a farmer would say, I'm looking forward to like the slow time. My horses have been put on the back burner. The cows have been put on the back burner. All these other things that I really enjoy doing, like my blog and writing and, you know, all those things get pushed on the back burner during hay season. So I'm really excited that we're almost done with first cut. We've had numerous good days. We had July practically off, which we soaked up with the kids. You know, we went out on the lake, we went boating, we went and hung out with friends, we showed cattle, we did all these things that typically I would have tried to cram in like 3 or 4 days, and we had a whole month off. It was so nice to play catch up and just breathe for a little bit, that now it's like, okay, it's almost the end of August and we've hit this number. What are we going to do next year? Like, where are we going for next year? Because we're easily going to hopefully hit 50,000 small square bales, and maybe even a little bit more. It just depends on what the weather does. You know, we could be baling till the middle of October, or it could cool off and we could be done in September. So it really just depends on Mother Nature and the good Lord and how the end of the season goes. I know you guys have asked about this large square bale situation. It's been totaled out. In hindsight, it's kind of been a blessing, because the last year or so, the large square's kind of given us a bit of a fit. When it works great, it was, you know, everybody's best friend. Everybody enjoyed running her. And then when she broke down, nobody wanted to deal with her. So, you know, bad situation turned into a blessing. I always feel like God will open one door if he closes another. You know, we're constantly in a different season and change of life. We're always evolving and, you know, growing and all these things. And it goes back to my faith, and I'm so thankful for that. Every time I've said I want to quit this channel, God says, no, I really need you to do this. I want you to do this with this channel. And I've just done that. And so you'll kind of see a different attitude probably going into second cut. I'm not sure how much more we're going to get done. It's starting to get a little bit tough. It's right at 7 o'clock. I was really wanting to get this field done and check marked. Jason's never made it over here to pick up any of the bales. There's 2,100 sitting out here. He's still finishing mowing. We had some tie issues. Well, actually, I know what it was. It was twine. So we took twine out of the big square baler to put in to the barren so we could use it, right? Well, some not so friendly creatures also decided that they would like to use twine for their little home and shoot it up a little bit. And so the twine was breaking and I was having some issues. So Jason had come back over to kind of help me with that and get the barren back lined out. Essentially, the barren is like a large square inside of it. And we can kind of go through it maybe the next time I'm baling with it, or like after farm progress and we're kind of in that little bit of a lull period before we get revved back up again. But it's very similar to the large square aspects. It makes 2 knots, it has 4 strings, it holds all 21, it compresses the bales all together in a nice little brick. And you guys probably can't see anything because the sun is like shining right in that window. If you just give me a second, I'll look around. I only got a couple Windrose left. I'm beginning to think maybe the boys forgot me. I'm just trying to finish up these little bitty little triangle wedge over here. There's 2,200 on the counter. There's 41,000 bales for the year. Just a lot of hay. So it is right at 7:52. This is what we did for the day. If I can hold still. 23:30 and year-end date. We are taking everything home.